What's going on, y'all? Man, it's King Clef holding it down for the cool tipper, man. I'm right back at you. There's some updates that's going on with this Renee Nicole Good situation. And they just released an article showing that she was actually part of an anti-ICE warrior group. It's an activist group that worked to document and resist the federal immigration crackdown in Minnesota. A lot of people may care about that. A lot of people may not. I think those that do not are just more focused on what happened to her and not how it led up to what happened to her. I'm gonna dive into that a little bit more at the end, and I'm gonna show you what's going on right now with these protests. Check it out.
Someone else! ¿Por qué andan haciendo esto, primo? Go another way! Move! Go another way! Move! Go another way! Behind us! Move! Move! Get out of the way! Get out! No, Chris, get out the way! Get out the way of the truck! Move! Move!
It wants to walk up with the people and say, hey, Gator don't play no shit. You feel me? Gator never been about that. Never been about playing no shit.
People start shooting, white people ain't that cool. They either running around, hiding behind tables, or screaming like, ah!
You sound like that all the time.
So here's my thing. I think that the officer still could have used discretion, but I also believe that he was justified in doing what he did. And now this is just showing an update on the continued situation that rose out of that. And I don't know if these people are using their brain fully and understanding what they're creating by agitating more so. I'm not saying that the police should just get to unloading on the crowd or nothing like that, but this is an emotional response to a situation that could be understood and maybe should make you modify on how you protest or how you move, right? She's clearly a part of an organization that actually trains people on how to resist ICE, on how to interfere with ICE. And that's technically, according to the terms, right? According to the definitions, that means you're technically a terrorist organization in America. You're actively going against law and order and trained in how to go against law and order and how to interfere with law and order. From which with my understanding of that would mean that you're a terrorist organization. Like you're I don't know how any other way to place it, to label it, you know? And then you go further by intensifying the protest and throwing things at the cops and blocking the way of the cops and doing all this type of stuff. And I'm not sure what the result is going to be or what you think the result's going to be. It seems like you're only stirring the pot with acid and you're going to make this a more poisonous situation. I still stand by the fact that the man could have maybe done something different, but I think legally he was still justified in what he did. And that's being able to see both sides of the coin. That's a balanced mind state. That's a balanced take. Yes, sad that the woman lost her life. Yes, she was out there actively using the tactics that she was trained to use to try to stop ICE from doing their job. Yes, the cop was justified in what he did. But yes, he could have also used another way to stop the car, shoot the tire, shoot the engine, something, I don't know. But when you put these types of situations into motion with an unbalanced point of view, right? A one-sided point of view, which is extreme because there's two sides to every coin. But once you look at it like that, with just one side, an emotional response, then you build momentum to create another horrendous situation. And I don't know if that's what these people want. I don't think these are the type of problems that these people are gonna want. I think they might want to chill and maybe go at it a different way. If you really feel there was injustice done, then maybe you should go about it where you try to get him prosecuted or something. I just don't think that he's going to get prosecuted because the woman resisted arrest, evaded police, and then used her vehicle. We can argue logistics, but I'm saying there's a point of view of the camera where you can see that he got bumped a little bit. Now, whether or not that justifies what happened next, that's something for the courts maybe. I just don't know, but I just don't think that this is the right way to go. I don't think that they are thinking this thing through. And I think this is the same reaction that we see many times where, oh, we're mad, so we burn down our cities. Oh, we're mad, so we, go rob Sears and not Sears, but, I'm going to get a new iPhone and Bluetooth. At least they're not doing that. At least they're not ransacking the city and terrorizing their own neighborhood. That's more something that we do. You know what I'm saying? When we feel injustice, we'll burn down the whole city. And then be like, yo, you're gonna have to make us, you're gonna have to rebuild it for us. we'll do that. We'll go rob the mall and shit, and then turn around and be like, yeah, this polo shirt makes me feel better for George Floyd's death. We're on that type of time sometimes. But I just don't think that this is the right maneuver. I think that they're only gonna intensify the thing. And I brought this information out just so we could show that this woman wasn't completely innocent. I'm not trying to say it justifies her death. I'm just saying that she was actively trained, and that's what this article shows. She was actively trained in how to resist these organizations. And I believe if you were trained to do something to go against law enforcement or law and order, it kind of makes you an incel. It kind of makes you a terrorist organization. Whether you believe that you're on the side of right or you're on the side of wrong, you're still going to be labeled as that because you're going against what the law of the land is. Now, I understand there are organizations like the Black Panthers that were trying to fight the good fight, and I get that. So just because they were labeled a terrorist organization doesn't mean that they were terrorizing the community or terrorizing people or doing something harmful. They were helping people, starting breakfast programs and, protecting the community from outside forces, from actual law enforcement. So I think sometimes that people who do these types of resistance, they try to pull from that era, and it's not the same type of thing. It's not the same type of thing. But nonetheless, it's up to your discretion. I would love to hear what you got to say. If you got some information that may make me change my mind or change my point of view or even enhance my point of view or educate me more. This is not a thing where we even should be proud of this situation, because this is a tragic situation regardless. Somebody lost their life, somebody lost their daughter, somebody lost their wife, their mother, whatever the case may be. So this is not a prideful situation. It's a bad situation. But I think that we need clarity and facts to be able to understand and overstand the situation and how to get through the situation. Because if you're just one-sided, you're only going to react one way. And I'll catch all y'all cool kids at the cool table next time. Deuces.